Yo, Penguin and Jones again. Friend of the fam, OG friend of the fam, as I say. Antonio, back through with us again. We did
Hey,
the episode 6 review earlier this morning. Tired as I don't know what.
yeah,
I'm awake now, so let's just recap this whole series, man. You had thoughts. What were those thoughts?
man. My first thought off the top is Kevin Feige is a genius. My next thought off the top is Marvel is woke as hell, yo. Marvel is woke as hell, yo. I know this happened in the comics. You know what happened in the finale where Sam
True.
becomes Captain America. I knew about that and everything. But when we started the whole MCU and everything, and then when Falcon came along and stuff, I never thought we would get to this point.
Nah, I never thought that they would even one basically off cap, and then two transition Falcon into being Captain America. I
Right.
mean, it was not even a thought because I seen it too, and I was like, "Yo, that's cool." You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they try to
Yeah.
get
You
us
know,
with a crossover.
like it really was. It was a big deal, but it wasn't really a big deal when it happened because there's been plenty of people who've took up the mantle of Captain America. I mean, in the comics, Punisher took up the mantle one time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
Bucky was Captain America at one point. So it was like, oh yeah, okay, somebody, they gave Sam Captain America shield. All right, whatever. But Marvel went there, and
And
then
and and not only did they go there, yo, but like the thing that I appreciate so much, and I've been saying it since episode one. This
speak
was
on it.
so black.
Speak on
It
it,
was so
Lord. Yeah,
black. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
not even like it was subtly black too. If
yeah,
there's some things that if you're non-black, God bless you. If you wasn't
yeah,
part of the culture or understand black culture yourself, it would be like this. Fly right over your
yeah,
head, yo.
yeah. I mean, it was black, and that's why I said, "Yo, Marvel is woke, man." Like it, it was black. It touched on so many topics of what we're going through today as Black people. It,
Mhm.
oh my God, like police brutality. I mean, it was, people, what I'm saying, Black, people feeling displaced and not a place where like they don't belong. What I'm saying, like we don't have a country. Oh man,
Mhm.
it was, it was, it was fantastic.
Disenfranchisement.
Right, man. It felt so good to watch. I mean, starting off at the top, Sam, dealing with, yeah, Steve gave me the shield, but mm,
I ain't trying to deal with this as a black man.
right,
You know what I'm
I'm not trying
saying?
to deal right. You're like, I'm not trying to deal with this as a black man as Captain America. Like, like you know that, and then that coincides with the speech he gave at the end of the series
Yeah.
finale, when
Yeah.
when he was like, I see how some of y'all looking at me right now, with the shield and with the red, white, and oh my God, it was just so well done. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just well done, man.
The thing I appreciated was how shout out to Malcolm Spellman was how Malcolm Spellman wrote he wrote it so authentically black.
Hmm.
I mean, like even small scenes like when they go to see Isaiah Bradley and they're in Baltimore, which was not Baltimore,
At
by the
all.
way.
No,
but anyway,
come on.
nice part of Baltimore.
Yeah.
So when they go see Isaiah Bradley, right, and the kids
Hmm.
on the street say, "Yo, it's Black
Black
Falcon."
Falcon.
I said, "Why I gotta be Black Falcon?" He said, "My daddy said you Black Falcon." I said, "Yo, that's so black." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, right,
It
yeah.
seems like a very simple, almost silly throwaway line, but those
Yeah,
interactions and then the
yeah.
callback at the end, hey, that's Black Falcon right there. You know what I'm saying? With the black guy
Right.
the
And
last
you just
episode.
like, and you're like, oh, that's that kid dad, right? The
Yeah,
gotta be that
yeah,
kid
yeah,
dad
yeah,
right
yeah.
there,
So
man.
that's so like those through lines, like for me, like those are the things that really touched me. And the part that kind of pissed me off was how people were downplaying it because they ain't understand it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like,
Right.
and that's
Right.
the part that pisses me off about American culture as a whole, because
Hmm.
as Black people, you already know we have to know what it means to be white. We have to understand that. We have to understand white culture. I mean, look,
Hmm.
yo, like we be out here laughing at Seinfeld and Friends, and not me, I hate
Right.
Friends, but in general,
Right.
we understand having appreciation for all these shows, right? And
Hmm.
then the minute we come through with something like this, and like, man, some of this I just don't get. Like, man, it ain't because this part ain't for you, yo. It ain't
I
for you.
got I got a perfect example. Comedian Dion Cole on one of his comedy specials, a funny dude, by the way. I didn't know he was this damn funny
Dion
until
Cole's
I saw
hilarious. Yeah.
he was like saying how, as black people, we gotta turn down our blackness every once in a while. He was like, white folk, y'all don't know what it's like to turn down y'all whiteness. He was like saying, like, Joe that you work with, you're like, Joe don't act like that 24/7. He's not the happy-go-lucky guy you see 24/7. So, it's certain things we know we have to do in situations where we got to turn down our blackness. I'm not saying, and the thing is, people that be like, how dare he say, I'm not saying that that's something that should happen, but it's just the society we live in. And you and me, we worked at a call center together, man. You know how we used to turn. It was a movie that made about it. We know how we turned on our voice. We worked at a certain shopping network, and we was like, I'm not going to say the name or anything like that, but we worked for a certain shopping network, and we was telemarketers. So it was like, hi, welcome to Blue Blue Blue. We was like, can I take your item number, please? And it was like, oh, and I don't know about you. I don't know how many times I heard, oh, you speak. They were like, hi, this is, and I give them my name. I'm like, I would say Antonio, but sometimes I would say Tony because that's kind of like a interracial name or whatever. But
It's
if I
real in
say
between.
Antonio,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right in between. So if I say Antonio, they'll be like, oh, you speak so well. Yeah, I have a college degree and I'm working on my master's. Like, shut the hell up, yo. Like,
Like I'm
but
just trying to get a check right now, y'all.
right, I'm just trying to get
Don't
a
do that
check
to
or
me.
whatever. Don't do that to me. But yeah, man, it's like I said, there were some black parts for that show that was just for us. That was just for us. Better yet, when Baron Zemo with that line with
He
him
was on
and
a
Sam,
plane.
yeah, on the plane and everything. They talked about Trouble Band, and he was like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah, yeah.
yes, it represents the black experience, perfectly. Sam was like, the
He had a
nerve, and
line, but he's
like
right.
you right, but you out of line, like don't do that. Like it sucks I have to agree with you about this album, but don't do that, bro.
Yeah,
So
like I got
yeah, man. Like
I,
it's possibly to say this movie may have been blacker than Black Panther. This show might have been um I put it like this, for Americans, for
yeah, yeah, yeah,
African
yeah,
Americans,
yeah, yeah.
it was blacker than Black Panther.
I'll say Black Panther was a celebration of blackness.
Right.
This right here is more like the reality of
The
blackness.
reality, yes.
Even for us, and I think people like people of the diaspora, African diaspora all across the globe should be able to relate to this as well, because
Yeah.
they have the same struggle as us too. Like even like I watch on YouTube group named the Cyber Nerds, and if they're
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
three
The
UK
African, yeah.
dudes.
I watched those
Yeah,
guys too, yeah.
yeah, and like
Like, what up,
and
fam? What up, fam?
yeah, 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 the whole lot of them. So it's like there, and some of the things they talk about, they have to deal with racism
Hmm.
and the struggles they have over there in the UK. It's the same thing, yo. I'll be like,
Yes.
man, y'all deal with that too, like for
Yeah.
real. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was really just the realities of Black people all across the globe having to deal with the effects of chattel slavery
Hmm.
in 2021.
Yeah. So like I know probably for you, but for me, like the part that just had me like watching this and I got upset, but not upset at the movie, at the movie, excuse me, at the TV show, but upset because I knew the history of this and everything when it went to see Isaiah Bradley once again. And Isaiah Bradley, like basically the first meeting, and you saw the anger built up, and everything about like they locked me up for 30 years for nothing. kept me away. They tested on me, and he was just like, not just your people talking about them at Hydra, but you Americans, you tested from me, you poked and you prodded me, and you show, and and you just like, God, oh, like, it just made me upset because I was just like, that happened, to black soldiers back in the
That's our
Tuskegee
story.
experiment. Yeah, the Tuskegee
That's
experiment. Black women, they're doing surgery on black women. Oh, they're so strong, they don't need anesthesia and stuff like, it was, man, like
mm-hmm.
that part, like, it was hard. It's like, because I already knew about it. I knew about it, read about it. Of course, me and you both, knew about the stuff like that. But then when they put that in the show and they made that connection to this to say, yes, it was another super soldier, a group of super soldiers they had, and this guy was basically like the best of them, but he gets no recognition. And I mean, that is the history of black people in America.
Yeah, I mean, right on through, slavery, we was coming out of that into the Reconstruction, and
Mm-hmm.
black folks was out here being inventors, and Thomas Edison stole all them
Mm-hmm.
patents to,
Mm-hmm.
to all both world wars. How we had people who, our grandparents were in World
Yeah.
War II.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
saying,
Yeah.
so like they came back
Shout
home.
out to Larry, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Like they both came back home and had to deal with the same nonsense and racism. My grandfather came back, and he started working for basically what is now the Metro, the MTA New York,
Right.
as a mechanic, as like a lead mechanic. They were
Mm-hmm.
throwing riches at him, yo. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
just just because he was black and he was doing his thing. So
Yeah.
like so
Right.
so 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 that part of it was like that definitely hit home, especially like watching, and ain't nothing worse than watching an old black man really be so upset to the point of tears. Like, oh man, like, because
Yeah.
he been holding that forever and he'll never
Right.
talk about it because wasn't like talking
And
about they trauma back in the day. It wasn't no therapy.
yeah,
They didn't care
and
about none of that stuff.
that older black man went through that real, that not saying there's a such thing as a real racism or not. That's that
Yo,
real like
that legalized
that
Jim
legal Jim
Crow on the
Crow
books.
on the books racism. Somebody could just walk by you and spit on you. A white woman can just say, he looked at me crazy, and then they hang you from a tree, cut off your genitals, and just because she said, oh, he peeked at me or some shit like that, man. It's bad. It's like that. And so I felt all of that pain. And then when Sam came back later on with the shield, and he was like, I don't want that thing around here near me. And then he explained why he got arrested, why he was locked up for 30 years. He saved his boys. He did what Captain America, Steve Rogers actually did in the first Avenger Captain America movie.
Yeah, just say the Howling Commandos. He was a
Yeah, Santa
hero.
Holiday Man. He went back. He did it. Oh, he was a hero. He did it. Get your black tail in jail, man.
Yeah.
Get your black tail in jail. Oh yeah, and then he's sitting there. And the thing is, sucked for him was he had to see his friends who also got the serum die off one at a time. Die off one at a time. And he probably would have still been locked up. And he said if it wasn't for this nurse who
Showed
took
him
pity
mercy.
on him, yeah,
You know what
took
I'm
mercy
saying?
on him.
And think about it too. Like, what's on white woman.
Right,
So
right,
so
right.
he really had to be out here like on his like, oh man, still having to be subjected to the woes of basically of white America, even in his deprived state. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's
He
crazy.
had
It's like
he had had a great
crazy.
white savior. It had a great white savior to get him out, man.
That's what I
So
was looking for. Exactly, yo.
he had a great white savior to come get him
Oh,
out, man.
oh, Michelle Pfeiffer out here. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Yeah.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Horrible. Stop. We ain't gonna talk about horrible. But yeah, man. But it was, yeah, man. So like them scenes with Isaiah Bradley, they hurt, man. They hit different, man, and they hurt. You know what I'm saying with that. Um.
Definitely. Oh yeah, and just like just even how just the whole trajectory. Let's talk about Buck and how I love how there was a because you know who he stood for, right? He was a stand-in for unaware white America because at the beginning he was
Yes.
like, like, fam, we's out here in the street, bro. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And Sam
Yeah.
was like, got no ID. This man just show me your ID. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
I was like,
Right.
hey, that's what it is. He said, look, man, everything is okay. Sam was like, fam, this gonna arrest you if you want here, stupid.
Yeah.
And then for him to go
Yeah.
to the fifth episode and be like, fam, like me and Steve wasn't even like, we didn't even like put this into consideration, you being black
Yeah.
and being Captain America.
Yes.
And then he said, man, I apologize.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And it
Because
wasn't like a forced apology.
no, it
It
wasn't
wasn't
contrite. I mean,
Sam wasn't looking for no
it's
apology or
right.
whatever, but it
Yeah.
was just the fact that that Bucky had that aha moment, that
Yeah.
realization,
Yeah.
like,
He self-actualized.
yes, yes. And that's what we need a lot more of, a lot more white people to do. Listen, I'm not saying anybody watch this. I'm not saying all white people are racist, all people are white people, but there are some things that some white people are unassuming about,
Very
and they
much
don't
so.
know until they see it. Unfortunately, with the George Floyd thing, that became like one of the reasons where you was like, oh my
Oh
God, some people,
wow.
oh wow. And I
They
was like,
they they
yeah,
really
we
out
aren't
here doing
lying.
this, huh?
We're not, what I'm saying, we're not lying, So
Why? Like, now, let me killing me. Like, fam, like, why do I want to be a victim? I don't want to be
yeah,
a victim. Like, I want to
yeah,
be thriving. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't want to be
Like,
a victim.
why do I want to sit back and be like, they're doing this? You just don't understand. No, we're not. No, I don't want those problems. I want to be able to walk
No.
down the street, chill. Hey, if I get pulled over for something by a car, it'd be like, hey, this is what's wrong. Get it, write my ticket and get it fixed. Or you know what I'm saying? I don't, what I'm saying? I don't want to have to take deep breaths, almost hyperventilate because I get pulled over by a police officer. Like I don't want to have to go through that. So Bucky having that self-actualization, as you said, was great. Also was funny too in that scene in the fifth episode when he started flirting with Sam's sister.
Hilarious.
And Larry Sam was like, don't, we ain't
Yeah,
that.
I told Maddie he had his Robin Thicke moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I looking like old John B. looking. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
He woke up and saw the kids playing with the shield. He wanted to be like, I'm gonna be y'all stepdaddy soon, right? I know I'm gonna be y'all stepdaddy soon, right? I saw your mama looked at me too.
You know I'm about to hit your mom, right?
Your mama might hit your mama, all right? Oh, also,
We about to
I
be
want
family for real.
also too, me, being my grandfather's from New Orleans.
Yeah,
Those scenes
yeah,
back in New Orleans, I
yeah.
had such an appreciation for that because I got family members who are in the boating business and all of that. And in episode 5, I don't know if you noticed it. We band heads, so band stuff pop in. That jazz song that they played, that a park away. That's a song by the S, right? The S plays that, right?
Which one?
Um, I can't. It's like it goes dun 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 ba ba da 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 da.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they actually played the actual real song
Wow,
on
I
that
ain't never even
episode.
heard a real song before.
Yeah, yeah, it's like APOC away or something like. It's like one of those New Orleans,
Yeah,
street songs and
some
stuff like that.
second
So
line music out
yeah,
here.
when I heard that, I was like, oh, hey, I think my grandfather got like the record of that song or something back home.
Wow.
But yeah, man. So that happening, and then of course, like I said, being out at the fish market and all that stuff, and seeing like the weeping willow trees and everything. That
Yeah.
I've seen. I've been to some of my great aunts and uncles' houses down there who live in those areas. So that kind of was like a moment for me. Also, it's too. This show also was also, in my opinion, came as a wake up call for Sam, but it happened for him early. Remember when he
Very
tried to
true.
get the bank loan? He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, he was
yeah.
like, oh, he said, you ain't had me last time, and he went to the bank and he did this, and the guy was like, oh my God, yeah, this and that, boom, boom. Yeah, I have to deny you the loan. That whole scene just made me think of the story of OJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm not black, I'm Falcon. I'm an Avenger. type thing. And his sister even knew, like, it don't matter. I don't want to do this. Like, I know what's going to happen. So it was that kind of was a wake up call for Falcon. Like, yeah, bro, it
Yeah,
ain't it
like
is
yeah,
no more.
and that's the black person who says my accomplishments should make me on equal footing with everybody else. And
Which
that
it
was
should,
it should.
but it
And
should.
he got smacked right. He got
Yeah, he
punched right
got
in the stomach
smacked.
too.
Yeah, real hard.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
So
that was a real scene. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So let's talk about the real star of this show, Captain MAGA. The real star. We can say that we won't. Yes, Falcon would have shut up, but Captain MAGA was the real star of this show because
Shout out
every
to
week,
Wyatt Russell, yo. Like
yeah, because every
he
week
made
we
you
talked about.
hate him, yo. Like
Listen, man, I haven't hated a guy in the show like this since maybe Joffrey
I'm
from
about to say
Game of Thrones.
Joffrey.
Yeah, since Joffrey of Game of Thrones. And like my coworker I work with, shout out my man Jarrell, he was just like, yo, man, he just has such a punchable face, man. Like I just want to, like, if I just saw him, I just be like, yo, bug it, just places he's a punchable face. But man, he played the snot out of that role. And there were times that I kind of had I felt bad. That little, because I was like,
Mhm.
you have to follow behind Steve Rogers and become a new Captain America, and you don't have a super serum. Super
And
serum, soldier serum.
Here's fake Cap. Fake Cap is privilege on 100, where I have, I'm pretty decent, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I can do things. I'm
mm,
even excelling in my thing. But the stuff that I don't want y'all to see, I can actively hide that from you. Because we already know, like Dr. Erskine, like what does the serum do? It accentuates and accelerates who you really are. You know what I'm saying? It
mm-hmm,
amplifies who you really are.
mm-hmm,
So in deep down inside, what he was insecure, he
mm-hmm,
was a crybaby, and he
mm-hmm,
was a liar. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So those things were then amplified after he took the serum. You feel what I'm saying?
And even before the serum, you saw that he was
Oh, he
suffering from
was a
some type of P,
jerk.
but he was also suffering from some type of PTSD type stuff. If you watch it,
True.
you see little ticks and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah,
like little
yeah,
like
yeah.
ticks and like he was doing. I was like, yo, my man back there tweaking. Like, like it would be scenes where he's like in the background and you watch it, and I just happen to catch a little
Fan
like,
pacing back and forth.
yeah, pacing back and forth, like the scene when he kills the dude, not that scene, but that episode when he kills the dude, and then
Yeah.
Sam is like, "Yo, they're walking up to the building he's in. You got Bucky and Sam in the front, Battlestar and MAGA Cap in the back, and fake Captain America. They walking up. You see him. I saw him twitch. I said, "Yo, my man is back there tweaking," and then he's just he wants to feel like, oh, they made me this. I need to be in control. I need to feel control. I need to be in control. Well, he didn't have no control, and no one respected him. Like
Yeah.
when the dude
Fam,
spit in his
fam
face,
spit in fam face. You gotta not like somebody a lot to
yeah,
spit in their face.
right,
Like I've never spat in anybody's face. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I don't hate
That is
nobody.
to
I never
listen.
hated nobody that bad.
Let me explain something to you. Spitting at or on somebody is already bad. It's like one of the worst. Spitting in somebody's face. I'd rather have somebody still on me 3 times in a row
You can
than
smack me like a little girl. Don't spit
yeah.
on me.
Don't spit on me, man. That means you think that I am subhuman. That you might you might have to die if you spit in my face like that or whatnot. But like no one gave him the respect that he wanted, the respect he wanted. He got it in the beginning because everyone was like, oh yay, we got a new Captain America. And his ego was just raised up and everything from that. But yo, you were cornball, bro. You was a cornball. And then he found out how much of a cornball he was during that. Was that the 4th episode? He found out how much of a cornball he was. He really found out.
You weren't even super soldiers.
I think I texted you was like,
I touched out, boy.
It was just like, yo. It just was like, I think I just texted the line. The Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves to be.
Like he should have realized. He should have realized when Sam was like, "You might want to tangle with Bucky before you go toe to toe with the Dora Milaje."
Right, right.
He was
and Bucky is a super soldier.
He was like, "Let's put away the pointy sticks." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They tried to touch that girl. I was like, "Oh no!"
First of all, I just want to say this. In that one scene, he did everything that a condescending white person in America would do.
I was about to say that too.
Undermine. All right, let's. Okay, calm it down here. Like, put away the pointy sticks, bro. That's what we doing. Pointy sticks, and then, the Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here, and she was like, no. When he said that, hi, Captain America. That right there, she looked at him like, you ain't no Captain America. I knew the real Captain.
We knew Captain America.
I knew the real Captain America for years. Remember, Steve Rogers was hiding in Wakanda for like 2 years.
He was 2 years, like a stowaway.
I know the real Captain America. Get out my face. But when and I was like, when he said, "Come on, let's just," and I saw the hand raised. I said,
I was like, "Yo, you about to get crushed."
Hey, y'all, the best thing y'all want to do, people watching, go on YouTube and look at reaction videos of Captain America versus whatever his real name is. I can't think of his name. I call him Captain America. Yeah, John Walker versus the Dora Milaje. You see some people like, this one guy was like, don't you touch that woman. He said, don't you touch that woman. It was this one white kid. He was like, oh, that is stupid. That is just so stupid. And the fact that they washed him, they just completely washed him. They didn't even really break a sweat. They wanted to breathe.
Looking strong, John.
You know what's sad? I thought about us. That is our crew. That is back in college. That is you, me, Tex, Tonio, and Goose. Looking strong, man.
Good job, yo. Good job.
Good job. Looking strong, John. Washed them. And then the fact that the other Dora did the Captain America shield flip.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Yo,
she was like, man, give my boy his shield back. Let's go.
Yeah. That's when you took pity on somebody. She was like, leave it. He's already gone. I was like, yeah. His feelings were so hurt.
The crazy thing is, like, they could have still took the shield. You know what I'm saying? And then gave it to when he got the suit.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they still could. It was like, if they want this to be their captain, basically, if they want this to be their Captain America, they can have him. But he sucks. Here, take the suit, man. It was great. That was just a great scene.
That probably was like, that may have been the best scene in the whole like best action sequence in the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's up there.
Yeah, and then when Io just basically did the Kill Bill 5-point. Bing, 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 bing. Bucky said, oh.
Manub is back.
Manub is back. But then too, I love, like I said, Kevin Feige in the Marvel Universe, how they talk, they keep everything together. How Io basically told him, Bass, damn you.
Bass, damn you. I was like...
And people that might have forgot, Bass is the panther god that they worship in Wakanda. Dang.
Yes, she cuts him out.
Yeah, that was a good old Bass, damn you. You know, like,
and the funny was funny because in the subtitles, it don't even say it. It just says speaking Wakanda.
Yeah, yeah, so and I think, and like you can think about it, and you see the little flashback where she was like a big part of him overcoming the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier
She was helping,
kill
she was
switch.
literally helping the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, At one point I said, are they about to go into it where him and Io about to, maybe it was a little
Nah,
bit
but like,
more.
nah, I'm glad they kept it like that because it was like she
Yeah,
still was invested and had an emotional investment in his
right,
well-being. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Even the
right.
point where she was like, yeah, you might want to make yourself scare someone Connor for a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right. Yeah. Like,
Like
look,
you,
it's like after she calmed down and he basically got them there, she was like, okay, I kind of understand why, but yeah, you might not want to come to Wakanda for a little white wolf. You might just want to come for a little while white wolf.
yeah, we'll
So
call
yeah,
you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, don't call us. We'll call you. We'll call you. Yeah, man. I mean, so yeah, I'm just trying to, the show was just so good, and I'm just trying to think of other things. I might say my only beef with the show was, I think the villain was probably the weakest thing of the show.
Yeah, because there was no real, to be honest, no clear cut villain. So let's get into the whole sharing of it all. So Sharon Carter basically being the power
Power
broker.
broker. For people that's
Um,
sorry, if you're watching this, guess what? We're gonna give you
I mean, we're
spoilers.
reviewing the
Too
whole
late.
thing. So I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you're in this deep, thank you for one. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Yes.
But secondly, yeah, like Sharon ended up being the power broker. I'm kind like I feel super torn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
One because I do kind of like how they are giving her something else to do,
Hmm.
a bit of agency as well, and also just the fact that she really is making a legit heel turn.
Yes.
I was telling girls earlier, it'd be crazy if Sharon ends up being a scroll because she is so off character right now. You know what I'm
That's very
saying?
true.
That's
Because they are
also a through
building up to the
line.
secret
Secret
invasion.
Invasion is coming next year, and she's gonna be a part of it probably. So like that's interesting too. I'm just kind of like just throwing stuff out there. And also the fact that she she's super connected. So if she is the power broker, how did she get so connected that
Right.
that kind of quick? So I feel like there's still got to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you my opinion when you're done. I'll tell you my
I'm
opinion
done.
when
Go
you're
ahead.
done.
Go ahead.
The next movie that's coming out, well, not coming out, but we just got a trailer this past week,
Shang-Chi
and The Legend of the Ten Rings.
could
We're
be.
going to we're going to see the real Mandarin this time.
Yeah.
Not that BS that we saw in the Iron Man 3, by the way,
I
one of
still
the
like
worst.
Iron Man 3 though, y'all.
You liked it? It
I
grew.
do. I still like it, yo, because I understand y'all like people hated the whole misdirects, but
Uh-huh.
I did appreciate that it was the movie. Of course, you got to remember like early MCU, they were really focusing on the hero and not the villain.
True.
So that whole misdirect, like I get it for the like
Yeah.
very purist of it, but from a movie standpoint,
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 is like super fun movie for me. And it's funny watching Tony Stark just being like having to really grind it out for a change.
Yeah. So I think the Mandarin might be someone who kind of helped her get power. With that, also shout out to if you haven't seen the little mini offshoot after Iron Man 3 where a member of the Team Rings breaks
Yeah,
into the
yeah, Hell
prison.
to the King. Yeah.
Yeah, hail to the king. And he says he wants his name back. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think I think that might be a setup for the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hello, my name is Trevor. Trevor
But
Slattery.
Trevor slaughtered me. I ain't gonna lie. When he did come out, it was funny. He says, "I'm an actor. I can go like this and talk real deep, menacing if you want." But no, that's not to me. That's not to me at all. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but
man.
yeah, so that yeah, definitely we're gonna definitely gonna see the manner in this time. I can't like
Mhm.
I'm like I told you last time, like that I was most excited about that one too.
Yeah,
After the trailer, like yo, like I'm there,
yeah,
yo. Like
yeah.
I hope people get their acts together because I'm trying to see that in the actual movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And
let's
all
get
of us
this.
say is this: if Asian people come out for that movie, the way that we came out for Black Panther is about to shatter that.
And it's looking like it, yo, because even like on
Yeah.
Twitter and stuff, like when after that drop, it was
Mhm.
mad people like, yo, I'm an Asian American, I'm an
Yeah.
Asian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm loving this because it has a very just like Black Panther, has a wide, diverse cast of different Asian people from like, from Asians again all across the world. So
Yeah.
they, Marvel know what they're doing, yo.
Yeah, man. Robert,
Is this the
come on, man.
same drop? Like, even like when I mean they was like, yo, how did Black Panther do? Okay, let's take that same template. Cause even the way the trailer dropped, y'all, like look at the trailer. What we got? We got Asian influence, freaking trap music behind that joint by an
Mm-hmm.
actual
Asian
Asian
rappers.
artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, y'all. Y'all know what y'all
Yeah.
doing, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was like I said, yeah. So I think going, going back to Falcon Winter Soldier, I think that with Sharon Carter, as you said, being the power broker, I think that's going to, like you said, how does she get this power? You know what I'm saying? How does she? I think that's going to lead back to the Mandarin in some form of fashion later on down the line.
What you think
Uh,
about Julia Louis Dreyfus popping up?
I'm glad you said that. I was about to bring that up. She was supposedly the big secret um guest appearance, wasn't that?
Yeah, yeah.
Her character in the comics isn't really that much of a big deal. Like in the comics, she was like a Hydra, not a Hydra. She was a Shield operative. Like
She was like a
next, like
triple agent out of this joint. You know what I'm
right, she was a
saying?
Shield operative, but then she became head of Hydra as Madam Hydra. But she was only doing that to destroy Hydra from within because she was still like Nick Fury's homegirl and stuff like that. What I think they're doing with her, I think they are setting it up. I don't know if you agree with me or not. They're setting it up for the Thunderbolts.
That's the only. That's the only option because here's the weird part, and they left this like
Uh-huh.
hella ambiguous. Like you see
Yeah.
on the last episode where she pops up, they're basically
Mm-hmm.
in the same chambers where they had
Mm-hmm.
the whole, you know, um,
I'm back, baby.
when they
U.S.
fired your
agent.
boy.
Yeah. U.S. agent. I'm back, baby. It was so amped.
It's like, whoa,
Woo! So
you
good.
darn right I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Darn
So,
tootin', I'm
yo,
back.
oh yeah, don't fall sky, yo. Fan had a whole black wife and black friend. I'm still mad at that, yo. Like, that's representative
Wife was
of
bad
white
too.
folks too. You know what I'm saying? You can still be just as bigoted as you want. Have
Oh hell.
have
Oh
black
yeah.
wife
Oh
sucking
yeah.
from the black
Yeah.
lady's teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Right.
oh man, I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
yo, Malcolm Spencer really like had me in my
Yeah.
feelings the
Because I
whole
remember when I
time.
saw the wife in the first, I was like, "Who is this?" And I couldn't really find nothing online until I found out she done some smaller role
Small
type
stuff,
stuff and
yeah,
everything
yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, she bad." And dang, I was like, and I remember I went back. My boy said, "That's Captain Maga's wife." Yeah, man. So, oh man, but yeah. So, I think that the Thunderbolts are coming into play
Yeah, I
with
mean, we got all the
U.S.
players. We got Abominations on the raft. We got Zemo. We ain't talking about Zemo. Zemo on the raft.
So
You know what
I
I'm
thought what was
saying?
going to happen was I thought it was going to end where John ends up getting put on the raft for disobeying orders and putting the Captain America suit back on and stuff, and it was going to be kind of like a role reversal from Civil War. Remember where Steve Rogers came and broke out them? I
True.
thought she would be there and she'd be like, "All right, guys, you got these are your options: stay here or come with me." And they're like, "Why
And they
you
can
want
be
to come
like,
with me?" And then maybe like a hologram of Thunderbolt Ross pop up and was like, "I sent her, and I need y'all." Saying
and then
something like
someone can
that.
be like, oh, we used to sort of Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Suicide Squad. Yes, Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad, the Thunderbolts. So, oh my god, yeah.
That was the stupidest line ever. Anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, yo, like I agree with you on that. That just seems like a very easy transition, especially
Hmm.
seeing how Abomination is going to be in She-Hulk as well.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, so there's a
Yeah.
lot of it's like yo, it's so much they could do that they'd be like, man, and we ain't even get to like like Moon Knight, freaking Blade. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't get to Miss Marvel. We didn't get to daggone Ironheart. It's so much stuff, yo.
We haven't gotten to a real Fantastic Four movie yet. And the thing is that we're all waiting for that first sign. We're all waiting for that first sign of the thing that's going to be like, they're here.
So much stuff, yo. And
The
they
X,
just sent
the
and,
X-Men
and
people, if you don't know who the hell I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah, yeah. And they just out here with the smallest of breadcrumbs trying to let us follow the trail.
Yeah. Because it's like, I thought they was going to kind of give us the X-Men with the shield that Cap had, you know what I'm saying? That when Steve came back, when he went back in time and he stayed, and he came back with the shield. If you can remember, the vibranium shield that he had got destroyed in
That's
that
done
fight,
with.
in Endgame.
Oh, you
So
thought it was gonna be proto adamantium, huh?
right. So I'm like, is this proto adamantium right here that he got along the way? Maybe they're gonna give us a little sign of a little
I
X-Men.
mean, but like that's still open
And it's
too.
still open because they never mentioned
They
anything
never
about the shield.
addressed it
Never addressed it.
because
Also,
because the shield is different.
yes,
It
yeah.
ain't the same shield.
It like it has compartments, like and stuff. Yeah, man. And then too, one thing that I want, I think we still want to know, where's Steve Rogers? Like there was never any.
That was the running joke. Was he on the?
Yeah,
Because I
like
heard Captain America's on the moon. You know what I'm saying? That's the running
yeah.
joke the whole
Or
time.
else it was like, oh, well, Steve isn't here anymore. What do you
Your
mean he's
Steve is
not here?
gone. Like
He's
them is
gone.
saying like
Like
your fan. They never said fam is dead. They never was like R.I.P.
right.
Wasn't no
You ain't see no
flyers
grave, no
with doves on it with his face on it. You know what I'm saying? There
right. You
was
don't
none
see
of
no
that.
grave site or anything like that. It's
Nah,
just like,
yo, nah.
yeah,
They
where's
still
Steve
left that
at?
open too.
Yeah. So man, yeah. Oh God. So going on along with some things that are left open in questions, we might not even get an answer to this question. It never was fully explained how. I mean, how the Flag Smashers with Kylie and all them, how they got their power. Yeah, I know Sharon Carter, gave, she came to, but it never explained like the full. It really never went into
Nah,
detail.
it's the outside of just basically. I'm guessing they was working together in Madripoor. Because remember, I think it's like episode 3 or 4 when Carly and your boy that ends up dying. Episode 4, but ends up dying. They was
Uh
talking
huh.
about a gravesite. He was like, yeah, like I remember, like like not having no money, but then coming to Madripoor. You know what I'm saying, and working and
Yeah.
stuff, and then I guess they got mixed up with sharing that way. But then it was like a bunch of them just probably out, just doing jokes and robbing folks and whatever.
Right.
So, but then they got wind that like, yo, we can actually do
Yeah.
some real damage, and all of them took the Dagon Super Soldier
Yeah.
Serum.
Now, that I've heard and I
Oh, hold on,
truly
real quick. I just
uh
know. I just realized, right? The reason why, like, Sharon was covering her tracks the whole time. Like, even when they met with the with the dude that was making the serum.
yes.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she like they wouldn't say nothing and Zemo shot him. So
Yeah.
like and Sharon knew that Zemo was like out to kill everybody too.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Yo, well, all right, well, I can't get my super soldier serum, and family can't tell me either." She
Yeah.
was, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't
Speaking
mean to
on
interrupt that.
that, so did Batroc the Leaper get killed? Did she shoot him? Is he dead now? Because
I mean, fam was on the ground. We saw them feet, but we didn't see that body though.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like I know he was like, "Oh, you're gonna give me 4 times of rest. I'm gonna tell everybody." And I know she shot him, but it didn't show exactly where she shot him at. And then it was like banging and then banging. It was like, well, is he dead or is So
Um, I'm gonna say yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, if
But
he
yeah,
got away, if
shout out to George St. Pierre too for playing that
yeah,
role
yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah, definitely. I know you big UFC fan, so I know
That's
you was
right.
loving that when he popped up in Winter Soldier
Yeah, yeah,
first
man.
time. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, like I'm gonna say yeah because I feel like
Okay.
his storyline is pretty much done. But yeah,
So what I was about to say was that I've heard stories of and I've heard leakages that kind of the plot of the show was changed a little bit.
yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah. I
supposed
heard
to
that like
it
I
was
heard it
supposed to
early
like
on.
it was supposed to involve like some kind of virus or
Yeah,
something like that. But I think like it got changed because of the whole yeah, because this show was supposed to debut last November, right? If I'm not mistaken.
last August.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Last August. So I'm hearing that some stuff was changed, and there are a couple of scenes in the movie you can tell a voiceover was done when somebody back was turned and
Yeah, there
stuff
was
like that.
some ADR done. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And then
There's
too
some
with the
definitely, and especially when it comes to episodes 3 and 4,
yes.
and what they had, they cut up and took a lot of that, a lot of the Flag Smasher stuff out
Yeah.
because the sensitivities of COVID and whatever this like royal disease was after everybody came back was probably too home, hit hard too home for some people. I wish it would have kept it in, but at the time, especially when COVID first hit and just people not
Hmm.
knowing where it was going, I do
Right.
understand.
Like two things that kind of stand out to me from it to let you know it might have been about a disease was the first thing was in episode one. Episode one, when they saw her that the it wasn't a serum. Remember, it was or a
It was
vaccine. Remember, it
vaccines.
was a vaccines that they was oh, it's a bunch of vaccines here, whatever that. And then two, the lady who was like I guess like the one who took them in and stuff
Yeah,
like that, took care of
Mama
them.
Danya.
Yeah, Mama Danya. Apparently, the lady that plays there was like a big time actress, and for her to have
She had a whole storyline.
yeah, she had a whole
She
storyline,
was
but
doing press and everything.
yeah, but she's not even in it because of whatever. They had her laying there dying. That was it though, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a lot of yeah, so I wish they could have would have kept that story so we could know what it, you know what I'm saying, what it was. Maybe later on, it'll leak out what the
Yeah.
storyline or, disease was. But I understand being sensitive
It,
to the situation of what's going on in the world.
yeah, it definitely would have made the Flag Smashers more of a like it would just flush their whole
Understandable.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
under
Because now
right.
they're looking like a bunch of Gen Zers that want to change the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
y'all should be on TikTok somewhere. Like get out of here.
And
So but
also
like
too with Zemo when he I'm sorry, I mean were you
no, you
about to say
good, you
something?
good.
When Zemo with the butler finishing off the super soldiers. Because I
I said,
was like,
I
oh
said,
damn.
man, look at Alfred putting in work,
The man, what is that? The man, what Ned saying on Spider-Man, the man in the chair, the guy in the chair.
Yeah, the guy in the chair, man, getting
The
his hands
guy
a
in the
little dirty.
chair.
That
So
was
yeah,
good,
man.
Like that whole thing, man. And like the thing I love most, one part I love most is like just Zemo, like Zemo staying on job. Like Zemo was true to like, yo, I'm trying to dead all these super soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like that part
Right.
was cool. And what else?
Cause you know what though, Zemo really wasn't a villain. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he was an anti-hero. Like even in Civil War, like what he tell Bucky, he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, what happened?" He said, you was a means to an end." You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't. My thing. Like, and the thing is, if he was such a villain, he would be so against like, oh, the Wakanda. He would probably put up a fight, even though he got his tail kicked against the Dora Milaje and stuff. He knew, like, you know what I did. What I did. What I'm saying, I destroyed the rest of the serum. This
Hmm.
and that. He went back to Sokovia to look at the site because that's where his wife and children died. And he thought he was ready to die right then and there because he thought Bucky was going to kill him.
he accepted his fate.
Yeah, and then when they did, he was like, he saw Dora. He was like, okay, well, hey, I'll live out the rest of my life on this boat, on this,
This,
excuse me, this submarine, whatever the hell the raft is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So he not saying he was sympathetic, but he was a he was a anti-hero with redeeming qualities. Had some racism to him, underlying like
It's a
racism to
hint.
him. Just a
Some
little
of that,
hint.
that's that. Some of that aristocratic old
Yeah,
money. You know,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That royal
yeah.
family type, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like
Yeah.
we used to come here and have parties. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I
Yeah.
didn't understand the geopolitics at the time, but we had
Right.
fun here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
let's have a Southern Belle party at an old plantation. Don't invite me for that. So, that
yeah,
type of
yeah.
stuff like
Those
that. So
type of
yeah.
vibes. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you.
man. But Falcon Winter Soldier also dope at the end. Before we get to I'll get to the end part. The suit for Falcon. I know we talked about him, being, but the suit for Falcon, spot on.
Yeah,
It
it
was.
was very comic accurate. I don't like it though.
You ain't like it. What did you want it to be?
I don't know. It's just way too much white. Like it's just a lot of white in that joint. I
I
just
will
wish it
say
was.
that
I
I
wish
was
it was.
like, yo, they did go a little too accurate with the comic, but I
Yeah,
dug it.
and nothing I didn't like. It reminded me of too, and this is not even their fault. This is kind of
I know
whoever
what you're
did
about
it
to
fault.
say. I know what you're about to
Yo, your
say.
man look like A Train from the
I
boys.
knew it. I said the same thing. I said it did look like A-Train. I knew you was going with the
I told the
boys.
girls that this morning. I was like, yo, I ain't let y'all
It,
watch that because that was crazy. But like, he looked
yeah,
like A Train from the
right.
boys.
Right. And if people who don't know that that's how the uniform look, you'll be like Marvel biting off the boy. You know what I'm saying? They biting off the boys. No, it's kind of the other way
It's vice
around.
versa.
Yeah, but I thought about to say I knew you was. I knew where you was going with this. You was like, "Yo, it looked like," and you was like, "But also bothered me too." It kind of when you said that, I was like, "Hey, train." I knew exactly where you was going with this.
As long
So
as they get him that wax season one haircut, we good to go. I would have rebelled against that. Like y'all ain't cut my hair
yeah,
like this. Sorry, no,
yeah.
ain't no way.
But I
I got my
but I give
barber
it
right here.
but I give it props because, like I said, the suit props because I think that is probably the most comic accurate suit we've seen
It really is. Like I
in the
mean,
MC. Like I'm talking comic accurate. The only thing that isn't accurate with it is the wings aren't always out, but that's good. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's
yeah, like
literally the most comic accurate suit uniform in the MCU.
and this and like and like I love the way how he was using the suit and the shield in unison, like
Yeah.
the way that they choreographed them scenes, man, like it was like
And the one thing too, people got to realize Sam is not a super soldier.
nah, he
He's
just a
just a
dude,
regular
yo.
dude, man.
Because
Like,
look, like
like
I
I,
was who was saying, like, yo, if it wasn't for the vibranium shields, he'd have got crushed by the helicopter.
bro, if it weren't for the vibranium, and I'm pretty sure there's some vibranium woven into the fabric and stuff in the suit and everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, like it was. What was the one scene where he was fighting? It wasn't. He was when he first got there. He first crashed the building. He was fighting the first flag smasher, where he used his wings to brace himself down with the shield, taking that. Oh, it was. It was great. But to know that that Sam is just a regular. He's you or me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He's just a guy, yo.
He's just a guy. Like I thought that okay, maybe they're going to give this dude. Maybe there's a synthesized version of this serum that's gonna,
Nah,
saying
and
give him a little.
that's the part I love about it too. Like, look,
Yeah,
man,
he's
like
Batman right now.
he yes. And the fact that it was like, yo, like he like you're enough. And I think that's another thing about like the whole like theme of the show. Like you're enough. Like being black is enough. Like it's
Yeah,
fine. Like I don't need nothing else. Like it's just me out here. I'm a man. I'm a fully realized man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's all you're gonna get is me.
you know what? I don't know if you ever seen Kung Fu Panda. There is no secret
Yes.
ingredient. There is no secret ingredient. You are the secret ingredient.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That yeah, or like with Thor, you know what I'm saying? The power wasn't in the hammer.
Yeah.
You're the god of thunder.
Are you the? I thought you were the god of thunder, not the god of hammers.
God of hammers?
Hammers,
The
the
god
god
of
of hammers, the god of
thunder.
thunder. So yeah, man. But like I said,
Definitely, yo.
great show. Marvel once again knocked it. knocked it out of the park again, So, straight up Barry Bonds that Jane. Ken Griffey Jr. did out of the park with it. And, also ending it with the Isaiah Bradley. Like when he was giving that speech at the end and Isaiah Bradley was watching it, and you saw him tearing up. And
Yeah.
then he says,
And
"Hey,
being
I
able
got a
to
surprise."
get his little wing in the
Yeah,
Captain America
oh
part
my
of the
god.
Smithsonian.
What
I was
I
like, yeah,
thought they was gonna show was like the comic version of him with the blue bandana thing across his face with I said, but they ain't gonna
that
let
would
it
have
fall.
been that'd have been gangster. We're like,
Yo,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like they could possibly do a spin-off show or something like that, or not even
Cartoon, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
a cartoon. So
Falcon and Winter Soldier, man, it's been a great episode, great set of
yes,
series, man. Shout out to everybody
yes,
who's a part of that. And until the next time, Sony,
indeed.
we'll definitely be recapping the Bad
The
Batch
Bad Batch.
and Loki when that comes out too.
Yeah, definitely so, So, man, like I said, it's always a pleasure to, do these videos with my man, my brother. Y'all don't know me and Rashad been down since 99. This is, good God, what, 22, 3 years or
22,
something? 22 years,
22
man. So,
years.
we've been rolling with each other ever since. Might been some time in between that we ain't speak for, but it was never no beef. It was just that life happens, man. We become adults and stuff like that. But
Fast, yo.
but the love is always still there. Like I always tell you, man, I love you, man.
I love you
One of
too,
my
Tony.
brother.
I
You one of my
appreciate you.
brothers, and this is awesome, man. I'm hanging with the Joneses.
Yes, man. Hey, yo, man. I appreciate you, man. We'll get up. I hit you out too.
All right, then, my man. Be easy,
All right,
though.
bro.
Y'all
Be
have a good
good.
one, yo.
You
Peace.
too.